All right. So speaking of Marvel, we gotta move right into DC.
Oh,
right
hey,
now.
there
We got transition.
That was
I like
an
that.
awkward
Exactly.
segue.
I like
No, it's comic books. It's all comic
Yeah,
books.
yeah. The rival.
Yeah. We gonna talk about them. So they're still around.
Yo,
Well, thanks for coming to Level 857 Video Game Podcast.
not gonna lie, they're doing their thing.
Yo, they are.
No. All right. So we're gonna talk about DC FanDome.
FanDome.
Dome.
Yeah, it's like fandom.
Off the dome.
But
I think it was supposed to take place in a dome when they
Yeah.
announced everything,
Right,
like the big,
probably.
and then
Yeah.
they couldn't do it because of COVID.
well, they can get a dome of people like watching them with the screens like on WWE. And that would make sense. They can't be there.
Thunderdome.
Yeah, like the Thunderdome. But okay, so the DC FanDome event.
FanDome, bitch.
The DC FanDome event revealed Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad killed the Justice League.
Yeah.
So yeah, as we were talking about last week when they started talking about this and were giving hints about this, we said, hey, Friday they're going to tell us what it's going to be.
Right.
And, since we're delayed and we only come out live every Wednesday night, 7:30
Eastern time.
Eastern.
This was only a couple of days
PM.
ago, though, so you guys aren't that far off.
No, not that far, but we would like to talk about it right when it happens. But,
Of course, yeah.
you got to wait for the podcast and we can all talk about it. But, they talked about, let's start with the, they talked about some movies and, it's a video game podcast, but, we
Right,
can
and no one
chat a little
cares
bit
about those
the
anyway. They're
movies, though.
terrible, so let's move on.
No.
Easy.
Oh, my God.
Easy.
You guys are DC movie fans?
Whoa.
Oh, I'm wrong on both accounts?
Whoa. No,
I'm
just
Marvel
making
all
noises.
day, but I respect the DC.
Listen. I got the Batman shirt on.
Oh, okay.
So,
The.
That's not
That-
that.
yeah.
You mean the 1980 whatever original?
no, that's Batman. That's Batman. Actually, it's not the Batman shirt.
No,
That is definitely not the Batman shirt.
No, but we got to talk about it. Let's transition into the Batman.
That's Tim Burton's Batman.
Well, let's just talk about this trailer real quick because, we'll jump into the games. But
Sure.
that trailer, fire.
Yes, sir.
Fire.
Wait, which one are we talking about?
The Batman.
The Batman.
Oh, okay.
The
Yeah.
Batman.
All right, yeah.
That was
no, super good.
amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Awesome.
I think the problem is that
No problem.
no.
Amazing.
The only
teaser. It's a
the
teaser.
the only problem is
No problem.
and this is something that DC needs to learn. I think, especially for fandoms, is that Batman, the gritty Batman, sucks. Like, don't get me wrong, I enjoy a gritty Batman. The problem is that a gritty Batman has no limits.
He
And
might
you-
learn, though.
But here's the thing. Batman is supposed to be the world's greatest detective, other than Sherlock, who doesn't exist because he's not real. Neither is Batman. But he's supposed to be the world's greatest detective, correct?
Okay. You want him to be Adam West.
Right?
Well, I heard that this
As
is
a
gonna
world's
deal
greatest
with
detective,
work.
as a world's greatest detective, okay, you
can fight
cannot
too.
grab people
He can fight
and
too.
beat the shit out of them to get information. That's
He
not
didn't. That guy
detective
was not
work.
talking.
That's
That guy
a
was not-
regular.
that
That's
guy
a
was not
regular cop right now in the United States.
Listen,
Okay.
that
He used
Wow.
detective work
Wow.
to find the person that he.
Wow.
Where's Rachel? Fuck you.
well, he definitely wasn't questioning that guy. That guy was not talking.
That guy
Not
was
the other guy. The other
But
guy said,
detective
"Yo,
work-
We got you. We got you. We'll tell you
that guy-
everything you need
But
to know."
Batman Games gives him that detective work. It gives him like let me see the DNA. Let
I
me
did
try
hear-
and follow
I
this
see
shit.
the-
Like,
But you have to keep in mind they showed you clips of a movie and you don't know what led
no.
to
I
that.
understand that, but I'm
And
saying
it's-
that most of the time, a gritty Batman leads to him just beating the shit out of people for no reason. Which
I
is,
think so.
which I know, which is what fans want or whatever. But whatever. I want to see him.
I respectfully
I want to see him with
disagree.
those fucking gadgets. I want to see him in the Batcave making stuff. I want to see him on the computers. I want to see him like basically like exhausted, and Alfred comes in and goes, hey, "Sir, you need to take a break from your detective work." You know, like
Well-
that's what I want to see.
The Batman Year 2 story hasn't really been told on film.
That's true.
So that's why they're trying to change it a little bit.
Yes.
But I did hear that this is going to deal with a lot more detective work than any Batman.
Right.
So
Okay, that's good.
we'll
And
see-
it's only
we'll see how it goes.
25%. And it's a trailer. It's
I get it. It's a
the
trailer.
first
I get it. It's a
trailer.
trailer.
It's not even a trailer. It's a teaser.
Whatever.
There's only
That
25%
beatdown.
they filmed.
I'm saying
that
that
was more of a trailer than a teaser.
It was I was actually surprised because I was expecting.
It was 2 minutes plus.
When they
That's a
announced that
trailer.
there was a teaser, I was like, I'm expecting a teaser, which is like
teaser
a
is
logo, a fucking
standing in
logo,
front of the logo.
at 3 seconds or whatever.
That was a
something.
trailer. That was a trailer.
That was a fucking trailer. I'm like, damn. And they only shot 25% of the movie. That's, I'm happy with it. I'm happy.
I'm not
If
saying I'm
that's-
not.
if-
I'm not saying I'm not going to go see it or not going. I'm
It
not
got me
happy
hyped.
with it. I got
It got me
hyped.
hyped, man.
I'm
I'm
just
like,
saying.
wow.
I hope that they add more to him. Like
They
Robert
probably
Pattinson. This is Robert Pattinson's first.
I see.
Robert Pattinson's first appearance, and I want it to be good.
Yes.
I want him to be like known as Batman.
So you
I'm
have-
so
he showed-
sick of
he showed-
DC changing Batmans constantly.
He showed that he can pull it off.
It's like Spider-Man.
did he
I
not?
see your concern,
He
though.
showed
No,
that
he looks
can
great.
pull it off.
He looks great.
Yeah.
I just don't want him to be like.
I
His
understand.
voice- he
It's a lot
spoke
better.
once and he did the line fine. He didn't do the upper lip. That was fine.
Where's the trigger?
Yeah.
Where is it?
With the
I'm
big
looking
ass-
for the
with
Batmobile.
With the big ass.
I parked it in the mall parking lot and I can't find it anymore.
But
So that's how it feels.
We're so derailed. We are derailed.
Oh, that's right. Video games.
Oh yeah.
Oh
sorry.
shit! It's a
I'm
video
sorry.
game podcast. Oh shit! Forget.
the trailer got me charged.
Oh yeah, sure.
But
Look at
they had other trailers.
Oh, they did.
They did.
Yeah,
About
they had a
what?
Suicide Squad trailer.
All right.
Suicide Squad. Suicide. It's hard to
He
say.
said
Suicide
suicide squad.
Suicide
It's very
Squad.
hard to say, guys.
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. They had.
Squad up.
Hey, she got some nice in Suicide Squad.
They showed that.
Dude.
I have high hopes for that movie too, as far as being entertaining. But we're not going to
Sure.
go too much into that because it wasn't really a trailer. It was just talking about the
Video
you know.
games.
Sure.
Video-
The cast,
vi-
pretty
vi-
much.
So-
video games.
They had a trailer which was out of the ordinary for this because we're talking Batman. You're thinking dark Gotham City and everything, and then
I
when they
don't see
announced-
Batman anywhere on that list.
What are you talking about? I'm talking about
you-
Suicide Squad right now.
No, I know,
Yeah,
but I'm
we're
saying like
No, I'm talking about
you
Suicide-
think of Batman, but I don't see Batman anywhere on there. It says
No.
Gotham and it says Suicide.
Gotham Knights.
I'm talking about Gotham.
I know what you're talking about. I'm just saying what you said. Like I'm thinking about Batman, and I'm like, it doesn't say Batman anywhere on that screen.
I think he's trolling you.
When you think about Gotham City,
I'm just messing. Go ahead.
you're thinking dark, and you're thinking Batman. Yes, you are. But when they showed Suicide Squad, they tricked us and they shot it in Metropolis, and it was
Yeah.
bright
Yes.
and sunny,
Yes.
completely different than what we were thinking that we were going to see from that.
Mhm.
And obviously it's Metropolis. You're thinking, okay, Superman, and then they show Superman. You're like, okay,
Oh.
cool, and you're like, oh, wait, it's the evil Superman.
Well, because it
Yeah.
starts off with Brainiac.
yeah,
Brainiac is like-
you know what Brainiac
Yeah,
is.
it's attacking
in
the-
Metropolis.
Right.
So if you played, Injustice 2, the storyline.
Right.
So they're going off that, and they're like, oh man, we got to fight Superman. Oh no, this is not going to be
Yeah.
good for us, and it's probably not going to be good. You can't beat Superman, come on, unless you have the kryptonite or whatever. But it was a shock. It looked kind of like the Xbox exclusive that what was the game where they were running
Crackdown.
No, when they were running on roofs and stuff, and it was shooting everybody. It was
Sunset
quick.
Overdrive.
There you
Sunset
go.
Overdrive. Yes.
Sunset
It
Overdrive.
looks like Marvel Avengers. That's what it looks like.
Well, I mean, they didn't show a game, so we don't know. And
Right,
it's
yeah, yeah.
and it's Rocksteady. So a lot of people are saying, "Oh, there's gonna be another," because they said it was gonna be 4 players.
Right.
That would
4-player
sick.
co-op.
They also said
And
that it
then-
was going to play like
Well-
the Arkham Knight series.
Shotty on
Yeah.
that shot.
But the thing about them saying 4 players was, okay, now it's gonna be like Avengers, blah blah blah. So people are already throwing hate. I'm like, okay, no, this is Rocksteady. First of all,
Right. Yep.
You have to have faith in Rocksteady because they don't disappoint us when they bring out their
Yeah.
games.
Exactly.
So obviously, it's not going to be the exact same thing as Avengers. 'Cause
No,
it's gonna have
it'll
a different play
obviously
mechanic.
be
It, it better not be.
Except
And
when
it's
they
not dropping
OD.
until 2022, so they got time to do whatever the hell they
And
want.
they have time,
exactly.
yes.
Except for when they OD on the tank mode thing.
Oh, jeez.
Look,
I
you have
enjoy tank mode, man. All right.
But the
I
thing-
liked it. I enjoyed it.
it's
but
what
they OD
Great
on it.
White, Captain Boomerang, Harley Quinn, and Deadshot.
Deadshot.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure that they will add to the Suicide
There'll be
Squad
more,
because
unless
there
there's
was
just 4.
there were
Maybe
like 6
listen,
of them.
But
if they
7 of them.
do, if they do a solid story,
They confirmed that it was a continuation of the
it's in the same
Arkham
world as
series.
Arkham.
Arkham.
series.
Yeah, yeah.
But
It's
there's a-
Arkham. So
yeah.
yeah, Arkham.
But if they have a concise story with these 4 characters, then I could see it being just those 4 characters that you
Yes.
play as.
Right.
Because everybody's like, oh, it's not going to be story driven because it's 4 players. You don't know who you're going to be and all this stuff. Everybody's already throwing
How do you?
conclusions out there.
I don't even know how anyone complains about that. It can still be story driven with multiple characters.
Yes.
You watch television
Yeah,
shows with fucking multiple characters.
Yeah.
Are you
ever heard
kidding
of
me?
Game
It's the
of
dumbest
Thrones?
argument.
well, this is the
I
thing.
can't even say those characters.
This is the messed up thing about trailers nowadays. People prefer to complain.
Yeah,
then be
about
happy.
everything.
You have a Nintendo Direct, you have a State of Play, you have a Xbox Showcase. They want to complain first.
Of course.
They do not want to say, "Oh my God, my game's come out. This is gonna be dope." No, they want to hate.
They want to hate
first. They have to hate.
And you
Listen,
add,
Time
and then
is
you
only
add a
coming out this
pandemic to that, and it's just people staying home, and
listen,
it's
Get a
a
job.
recipe.
I can understand why someone would be kind of curious and like scared of them saying 4 players, because if it's a live service game, that's another story. If it's a live
Well,
service
they
game,
said-
which they're all trying to focus on, then I say, okay, maybe I'll be a little wary about it being.
Well,
that
they
way.
didn't release much details
but they
yet.
didn't. But let me get to it. I'm
Yeah.
saying they didn't say what it was.
Yeah, exactly.
And people are trying to tell you what it is before they know what it is.
Right, of course.
Right.
And we're
All
not
these know-it-alls out
cool
there.
with that.
I think that's the worst part about releasing new trailers is they give you what they give you, and everyone assumes everything else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that was a teaser
Oh, it
of
doesn't
anything.
have this.
And
it
it was,
doesn't
it was a straight cinematic.
That was a teaser.
Yeah,
They
no
didn't
there was
show
no
any of
gameplay.
the game.
Right.
No gameplay.
Zero gameplay.
None.
Unlike Gotham Knights that gave us 7 minutes of gameplay.
Yeah.
which was
Yeah.
Well,
gorgeous.
I mean,
by
Let's
the
go.
way.
And it was
since we didn't
pre-alpha.
see.
Shut
Yeah.
me up.
Well, listen,
Yeah.
since
Shut
we
me
didn't
up.
see any gameplay of Suicide Squad, let's move on to their other release. So
Gotham Day.
Sorry, I
I'm
jumped the
excited
gun
for
there.
this.
I jumped the gun there.
So Gotham Knights, if you didn't know, was the other game that they announced. You just said it. But this was a surprise because the storyline-wise, they went all into what the storyline is. And they said, right off the bat, Batman's dead.
Perfect.
Ish.
No, I will tell you
Well-
that Batman's probably not dead. But
No.
storyline-wise and what the trailer told you, Batman is dead in this game.
They're,
was-
they're
that was-
selling it good. They're selling it.
that was
pretty
an
good,
awesome
though.
trailer.
They're
Yes.
selling it good.
And this was
But-
WB Montreal, right? That's who's making this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So the people that teamed up with Rocksteady originally
The big
are now
Origins.
they're both
Origins,
making separate games.
Yeah.
That's cool.
They said this was not in the Arkham world.
Which is weird,
Right.
isn't it?
No, it's cool.
I know. I'm saying it's
Good.
weird that because of like the story, you would think it took right after Batman Arkham Knight.
It
Right.
could have.
Yeah, it could
It could
have.
have.
The way
The
it's
way
set
it's
up,
there,
but
yeah.
then-
But
So
they
and
probably
separate
have
with-
more ideas about what villains are in it and what they want to tell storyline-wise with characters.
but
that-
it's
Wait, so
fine.
the Suicide Squad, if it takes place in the Arkham series,
Yeah.
does that mean Batman's dead already?
No.
It
No.
doesn't
No.
say when it takes place. It just takes
Yeah.
place.
It's in the
the
Arkham
same
world, though.
It's in the
universe as
Arkham
that.
world.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't say when it takes place. So
Right.
But their
Batman might
designs
show
and
up
stuff like that
even
might feel the same.
I have a
like
feeling
that.
since it's
Or
in
Batman's like the
Metropolis,
Batman who laughs now?
There's
Is
Batman and smiles. And so-
that, because he's got that Joker shit.
I have a feeling the Suicide Squad is like slowly trying to get the other Justice League into the Arkham world and try to get
Sure,
that.
yeah, of
Because
course,
it's,
yeah.
'cause it's not in Arkham anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
But the Gotham Knights is something completely.
I would have loved to see a Justice League Dark game. That would have been fun.
I hope they
It
get.
could
I
probably
hope
happen.
they
I hope they
get.
get there.
I think
Justice
they're going
League
to
Dark.
get to it.
Yeah,
I think
because
they're
having
going to get to it.
Zatanna and John Constantine and like I'm Dead Man, like oh my god, I would die. I would love it.
As much, when they open up the world to have that in there,
They're,
Sure.
they're
it'll
gonna.
be more possible.
They're gonna
Okay,
get to
so
it.
so Gotham Knights, you start with
Well, it's the Bat family basically.
right, yeah.
So
Except for Cat. Well, we don't know.
we don't know.
We don't know.
But it's focused on other characters other than Batman.
Right.
And I appreciate that because we've had how many Batman games? People are gonna be
Nightwing.
like, oh, we had the
A
same
lot.
thing over and over and over. But they finally announced multiple players, so it's 2 players.
Yes. Sir.
Yes.
And they didn't go the 4-player route, so it's gonna be different than
Right.
the Suicide Squad game. But
Is it Tim Drake or is it?
is it Tim Drake?
Robin is Tim Drake.
Okay.
Yes.
Robin's
Right.
Tim
So he hasn't
Drake.
gone to
They
Red
have Night-
Robin yet.
they have
No,
Night-
Damian
No,
Wayne,
no.
Damian
They didn't
Wayne.
announce
I was
nothing.
I was hoping for Damian Wayne low key though.
He's too
They had-
small. He's too
Davian would've-
small.
You said you wanted the Red Hood.
Yeah, I
You
got
got
it.
the
Yeah,
Red
Red
Hood.
Hood. Yeah, Red Hood, Nightwing, Batgirl, Robin.
Yes.
Yep.
Because we heard Batgirl was one of the rumors.
Batgirl looks awesome. I'm definitely
Her
playing
gameplay.
as Batgirl.
Her gameplay is dope.
mad at that.
Well,
Her
she's the
gameplay's
closest to Batman, and as far as what we saw, as far as the gliding and stuff like that. She's
Well,
the closest.
they said in the gameplay, you can actually there's different routes to take. So like the way Robin specialized with the boom tube stuff,
Yeah.
you can assume that anybody can take that route. So like the player who was playing as Robin took the boom tube route, whereas like Batgirl they did the traditional Batman type of stuff.
Well, I mean, you get guns. That's going to change the whole game.
And if you
Well, right,
notice-
because of Red Hood.
and I think if you notice, like everyone's armor is updating. Upgrading.
They do get
as
to
the
change
game.
it,
Yeah,
depending on
is.
what you pick.
You could
Yeah.
change, you could upgrade.
Yeah.
So
It
it's
looks
very
cool.
RPG elements
Right.
are added to that because you
Listen.
see numbers pop up when you hit people.
And I'm sure they'll do that thing where in the Arkham series you could play the different type of Batmans. Like it would be cool to play like the Batgirl that has like the Batgirl armor with the yellow shoulder pads. Like it would be cool
Oh no,
to see.
the costume's gonna be. Yeah, they're gonna have all.
I hope they do
They're
that
gonna
kind of
have all
thing.
that.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
cool.
Hopefully, I mean, they've done it in every other Batman
single one,
Arkham
yep.
game.
Right,
so
right.
they have to have something in there.
Absolutely.
But I mean, like I said,
Like the
it got me
60s
hyped.
Batman.
The look of it has gotten me hyped. The fact that they have combos in it is pretty impressive.
It looks fun.
I do like the way it looks.
And
but
team attacks.
I don't
Yeah.
believe that Batman's not in it. That's all I got to say.
I believe
about
he's in it.
I don't believe he's
in
not
it.
in it.
He's in it.
I don't.
He's in
I
it
mean,
in
if
some
he's
way,
not
shape,
in
or
it,
form.
it's not going to break the game.
I don't
for
think he's going to be in it the entire game except
no.
except for like the story like
I'm saying half.
they do- if
towards
they
the
do-
end you find out what's going on. Like I'm sure
there is a
there's-
story to
Or
tell in
maybe-
there that can perhaps bring him back.
Or even if they started off where you play as him and then he disappears or something happens.
Listen,
His
every
ass
time,
is dead from the
every time a
beginning.
comic says a hero is dead, he's
yeah,
not.
He's
No,
never
it's true.
dead.
They've
It's
been
true.
collecting comics for far too long
Yeah,
to
right.
believe that
Yeah,
the
exactly.
hero is
I
dead.
know.
I'm saying
I mean,
halfway he's gonna pop up.
Right.
Halfway he'll pop up.
I think it's gonna
Even
be
if it's for
closer
like
to
a
the end.
reminiscing story or some shit like where they play like a
Nah, he's gonna be
flashback
like-
of like a memory, and you got to play as
We
Batman.
were
to
we
do
were
something.
we were really meant to believe for almost 20 years that Jason Todd was gone, and it worked so well for a long time, and they were like,
And he was dead.
yeah, and
He
they were
was
like,
actually
they were like,
dead.
fuck it, let's bring him back. It's been 20 years. It's like,
He's like, let's
you
hit
assholes!
You're like, let's hit the skeleton in the face again.
It's like if he is dead and came back to life, no, Batman is still alive. I'm sorry, it's the way
Listen,
it is.
There's
But
only been like one hero who's died and stayed dead, and I can't tell you who it is, but it's been like one character from like the golden age of comics. I'm sure there's one.
Oh yeah.
But that's
I
about-
thought you were
that's about
referring to
it.
Ned Stark
Yeah.
from fucking Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
He's not a-
He never came back.
He never came back, man.
That wasn't a comic.
Listen, Game of Thrones in general, they're
It
all
was.
dead.
It
They're
is.
all dead.
It's a novel.
They're all dead. That's not a comic.
Either way, I think these trailers really showed like DC can still do animation, video games. Like they're still on top. Like don't count them out just because they made a couple of bad movies.
They
in a
turned it
row.
around.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
They turn the hype train around.
it's time. It's
They
time to
did
give
a great
DC a
job.
chance again.
They gave a great
Really
job.
good.
Hashtag give DC a chance.
And what I got from
I
it, which is
respect
freaking awesome, is that Gotham Knights 2021. That's dope. That's
coming.
fairly
New
soon.
system, new system.
And what I got from Suicide Squad, I don't care about the Suicide Squad. I really don't. But what I got from that trailer is, hey, we're working on Justice League. We're trying to figure out a Superman game. We're trying to figure it out.
Well,
All
that's
right?
the
That's
game
what
that-
I got. That's what
the
I
game-
got from it.
That's the game that people thought was Justice League. When
Yes.
they saw
Right.
Superman, it's like, oh, I see the blueprints. They got
Yeah.
Superman.
You
in
got
here.
to be careful.
It's killed them.
Listen,
That's
listen.
what it is.
Superman has all the powers in the world, but they still keep making bad games. So they're trying to make sure they don't join that list. So they're like, you know what? We'll throw him in this game as an enemy and slowly try to figure it out.
But why do they do it with movies? Too?
They make these games. They make these games with kryptonite in the code.
Kryptonite in the code. Stop putting kryptonite in the code.
Kryptonite in the code.
So it's never gonna work for Superman.
I mean, type the word kryptonite. And it's like,
Listen,
good Superman
honestly
movie?
though, it could because like
Sorry.
Marvel just figured out how to put Hulk in a game that make it feel like I was playing the Hulk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it made me feel like I was smashing shit up and like really wrecking house as the
Everything.
Hulk.
Gotta
You could
destroy
fucking
everything.
grab dudes and swing them around and smash them together. Like
Right.
they can figure out Superman.
They can figure out Superman. They better figure out
They
Superman.
can figure
You
it
have
out.
Doomsday to fight all day, and then
listen,
the guys from Superman 2.
Yeah.
That's the only people I've ever seen them really fight and get
Well,
down.
okay, so I mean, here's the thing: a Superman game, you could have Doomsday, you can have Zod, you can have not the Thanos equivalent, Darkseid.
Darkseid.
You can have
You got to pick your enemies
His
right.
son, Kalabak.
yeah. Who's the other guy in the purple?
Back.
Kalabak.
The DC
the
purple guy.
Mongol.
Mongol. You can have Mongol. You can have all these guys, and you can still feel like you're really pounding on them. You know what I mean? Like,
Pause.
so I think they could do it.
Yeah. I believe so.
That's the only way they can. That's the only way they can do it.
Did you just make a sex?
but
joke?
I'm excited for it. He caught on late.
I was trying to be like
He caught on late.
Trying to be an adult?
I was trying to be like
And that was a cue to move on to the next.
yeah.
That was exactly
Did he
what
just
that
make a
was.
sex joke?
That was
was
amazing.
exactly-
He said, did you just make a
No, that's exactly what that was. It was like, wait.
They can really figure out a Superman porno. I mean, this game.